So it's been over a month since Godzilla Minus One's release. I watched it a handful of times to get the full experience, try to understand as much as I could, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It was a good change of pace from the Hollywood formula of movies that we've been getting so far. This was more of a traditional movie that I would enjoy. The human story, unlike the American Godzilla movies, wasn't boring, and it had a good message about survivor's guilt and PTSD. I feel like the scenes from the Godzilla MonsterVerse with the humans there's too many of them, and the story is always bland. You don't really feel anything for the characters. I feel like they didn't overuse Godzilla every time he came on screen. They used it enough to where every time he came on screen, it was super epic and it was really nice. I enjoyed that they used the OG theme for him, which was really cool. My one complaint was that they could have put more money into the CGI. I know their budget was small, but I mean, it just sometimes he looked a little wonky. Then the piece de resistance, the thing we all love about Godzilla, that atomic breath. It was probably my favorite version of the modern atomic breath. The way that he had the whole cyclone of air, the lighting up of his tail, which is common now. Or if his dorsal plates, my man, and then how they pop out, and then when they pop back in, you kind of get the full force of it, blasting a hole and everything. Wish I could show you the full thing, but copyright strikes. My issue with the Godzilla from the Monster versus Atomic Breath is that I just feel like ever since the first showing of it, it just doesn't feel like it has that power. In Godzilla Minus One, you kind of get to see the full force of it, and you could just feel the weight of the damage that it does. I feel like the way the movies are coming out nowadays, from the Marvels, for example, had a terrible weekend, lost a bunch of money. Their formula that they're going for is obviously not working for them, and I feel like the change this is a Japanese movie, so they don't really deal with the Hollywood stuff, is why it became so successful. People love that type of stuff. There was away from the wokeness or these big actors and all this stuff, just trying to get names out there. So it was a good change of pace, and that's why I enjoyed this movie more. Don't get me wrong, watching monsters fight each other is always where MonsterVerse is great, but if we talk about traditional Godzilla, the Japanese know what they're doing. This was definitely better. This and Shin Godzilla are definitely my favorite Godzilla movies. For me, I felt like this was a 9.5 out of 10 movie. Just that one complaint that I had. Other than that, it was pretty good. Which I think I'm making a top 5 movie selection this year. Thank you for watching, and catch you guys later.